Destiny 2 has a lot of weird tricks that can be really helpful, and Edge of Fate brought a lot more, like bugged exotics, easy loot, and extra stat points. So in this video, I'll go over 25 neat tricks in Destiny 2. I'm Marshix, and I'm edging my fate. If you enjoy, all I ever ask for is just a like on the video. Choir of 1 can shoot way faster than you think. This is the normal fire rate. Now if you change the keybind to up and down on your scroll wheel, you can shoot way faster. And it even works with the hipfire mode. To get the 3 new exotic armor pieces, you need to complete the entire Edge of Fate campaign on legendary difficulty for each of your characters. However, if you have a friend who has already unlocked the sieve activity on Kepler, you can just join them and have you load into the sieve, and you'll get the new exotics guaranteed after only one run, saving you hours of time for each of your characters. Xur sells a bunch of different exotics every week, and they all have set roles. However, if you go into your inventory and swap the armor mod on your ghost, for whatever reason, it will swap the stats of Xur's armor, possibly turning bad stat rolls into good stat rolls. After you beat the Edge of Fate campaign, you get access to these 2 missions. If you do these on Mythic difficulty, you will get a guaranteed tier 4 weapon or tier 4 armor piece, which is really helpful if you're still low level and getting only tier 1s and 2s. I hate to say this, but if you don't want to run the campaign again on your 2nd and 3rd characters, you can just pay real money to skip it. So the trick is to download DoorDash, deliver a few orders until you get $20, then buy the character boost in the menu, then do that again for your 3rd character. Yes, I paid Bungie to not play the game. Bungie removed the ability for weapons to get multiple champion types. However, one exotic slipped through the cracks. Conditional Finality is the only exotic, that I know of, that can stun Unstoppables and Overloads. The first shot will create an ignition that stuns Unstoppables, and the second shot will freeze enemies, which now stuns Overloads. So if you're desperate for a champion killer, this is a great and versatile exotic. The new raid introduced the first ever crossbow. This is a heavy weapon, and each time you shoot it, you can run over and pick up the bolt to get your ammo back, essentially giving this infinite ammo. And a cool thing you can do with this is if you shoot everything in the same general area, you only have to pick up one bolt to get all of them back, making it really easy to keep this at full ammo. Another thing you can do with crossbows is shoot it into a wall and you can stand on the bolts, allowing us to climb walls with it to get to areas we aren't supposed to reach. This can also be used to get red border raid loot completely solo, so stick around to the end of the video for that. I know this is super simple, but in case you don't know, all new armor now has set bonuses. If you wear 2 pieces of matching armor, you get the 2-piece bonus, and 4 pieces of matching armor will give you both of the abilities. However, some people don't realize that you can mix the 2 pieces together. So if you want to use the kinetic set and the healing set, you can do that, and it'll make weapons like Wishinder even better. You can get extra drops from portal activities. Doing these daily challenges in the portal will give a random activity extra drops. These are the green icons that you can see here. With all of our old armor being power crept, most of us were left with a bunch of useless loadouts. But if you go to Destiny Item Manager, you can delete these obsolete loadouts to get them out of the way and make room for new loadouts. The new stat system allows us to get 200s in all of our stats, and for stats like grenade, melee, super, and weapons, the higher your stat, the more damage you do. So having these as high as possible is extremely important for a lot of different builds and encounters. So if you're having a hard time getting these stats to really high values, you can equip font mods. These will give you plus 20 for the corresponding stat while you have armor charges. And you can stack these to get plus 40 with 2 mods or plus 50 with 3 mods. So I just got my melee stat to 160, used 2 of these mods to round it up to 200, and I used my extra mod slots to increase my grenade stat. The Bushido armor set will heal you by getting a kill after reloading. That's decent on just about any weapon, but it gets way more value out of single shot weapons, like bows and grenade launchers, since you're going to be reloading after every shot anyway. So if you are using one of those weapons, you might as well grab this armor set from Pinnacle Ops. After completing the Desert Perpetual raid for the first time, you get access to feats. No, not those feat. These are modifiers that make the raid a little bit harder, but it'll give you a chance to get higher tier raid gear. And the raid armor set bonus is awesome, so I'm definitely going to grind for it. You can spam your barricades constantly. Crest of Alpha Lupi just got an update, making it way better for Stormskeep Titans. Healing damage from behind your barricade will heal you and your allies, and each time this healing pulse goes off, you get barricade energy back. if you have a high class stat and you use this exotic, this can give you 100% uptime on bolt charge barricades, and it's just really good for keeping you alive since you're constantly healing. A lot of enhanced perks used to give additional ammo reserves as a bonus, but Bungie removed that in the Edge of Fate. However, those same perks have been updated to give higher ammo generation, allowing some weapons to generate ammo way faster than others. All new armor now has stat archetypes that determine which stats you get. So if you want a melee build, you'll probably want either Brawler or Paragon, since they both give melee stats. And a good way to get more of this armor is to use ghost mods. Equipping these mods will make all your armor more likely to drop with your chosen archetype. At least it's supposed to. I don't think it's actually working at the moment. Exotic armor is also in the new archetype system, and it's random which archetype you get. So you may get Synthoceps with no melee stats, or Celestial Nighthawk with no super stats. But if you're ever in desperate need for a decent exotic, you can just head over to collections. These are lower stat totals than randomized exotics, but these have been given the archetypes that make sense for each exotic, like the Synthoceps with high melee and Nighthawk with high super. So you don't really have to worry about not having something decent. You can get old Season Pass gear from any previous season. If you download the Destiny 2 Season Pass Wayback Machine, you can pull any old gear that you've unlocked but didn't collect. Not just the previous season, any previous season. This can be helpful for grabbing materials and for grabbing at-level gear for your power levels. You can easily increase your stats with the old Callus weapons. These have the 2XS Origin trait, which gives your melee and grenade stats plus 20 each, which is pretty significant considering these can directly increase the damage of those abilities now. So you might want to dust off your old Callus mini tool for those Starfire builds. You can 3-tap with 180 hand cannons. But first, if you are enjoying the video, be sure to leave a like down below. These are supposed to take 4 shots to kill someone in Crucible, but if you have a high weapon stat and a hand cannon with enhanced precision instrument, it can consistently 3-tap to the head, significantly reducing the time to kill. And I heard a bunch of other things are busted too. You can't pay me to play Crucible. Zavala is selling armor that can be used to instantly level up your alternate characters. Just buy this armor from him and infuse it into your level 10 gear, and bam, you're level 200. And while you're buying armor, Satan 14 is selling old armor which you can immediately dismantle to use as ornaments. You no longer have to play trials to get some of the coolest armor in the game. After being in an activity for a very long time, like the new Desert Perpetual raid, you'll probably encounter an issue where your rally flags aren't giving you any super energy. You can fix this issue by going to orbit and coming back, or if you don't do that, you can play around with some bugged guns. While this glitch is active, Sleeper Simulant will have very fast charge time, and Bastion will shoot all of its shots instantly. Once again, this is only while the bugged instance is active, and I doubt these things are actually good for damage, but they're a ton of fun to play around with. You no longer need a team to buy raid gear. After you complete Desert Perpetual one time, you can load in and go straight to the raid vendor in the center of the map. You don't have to kill any bosses or anything, you can just interact with it, which allows solo players to spend spoils of conquest without raiding. And you can get tons of spoils every week as a solo player by watching this video. Thanks for watching, I'm Marshix, and I'll see you next time.